Kevin faces the end in Coronation Street as Tyrone witnesses his explosion. Is Carl Webster, Jonathan Howard, the biggest slimeball ever to slither his way onto Coronation Street? Kevin Webster, Michael Lavelle, certainly thinks so, and the Weatherfield legend has finally had enough of his selfish shenanigans. Having a torrid affair with his half-brother's wife Abby Webster, Sally Carmen Duttine, was bad enough, but the novelty soon wore off for the complete and utter wrong'un, and he started nipping off for a quickie with James Bailey, Jason Callender, as soon as Abby's back was turned. Then Carl startling swindling his sister Debbie out of her business bank accounts by making her believe that her dementia was getting worse. Most damning of all, Carl was responsible for the hit and run that left Tyrone Dobbs, Alan Halsell, confined to a wheelchair. While Kev saw the footage on his son Jack Webster's drone that had his brother banged to rights, he was unable to find it at the wedding and expose Carl like he planned. Technically in the clear but hated by all, Carl planned to drunk drive his way to Germany only for the inexplicably loyal Debbie to jump in his passenger seat to stop him. Then Corriedale happened, an epic pile-up of explosive proportions. Fearful of going to prison for dangerous driving, Carl slid an unconscious Debbie into the driving seat and pulled the old switcheroo, using her dementia to gaslight her into believing she'd been behind the wheel the whole time. We don't call him the worst Webster for nothing. Now you might think that Debbie will soon come to her senses and tell her dirtbag sibling where to, right? Bad news, gentle reader. Debbie refuses to turn against Carl no matter what he's done, and it's about to push Kevin to breaking point. Earlier this week, Deb already realized that Carl had been using her hotel like his own personal piggy bank, but chose to cover up his thievery. However, she wasn't the only one onto Carl's cash grab, as Ryan Connor spilt the tea to Kev about how the hotel's financial records had more holes than Swiss cheese. But when confronted with the facts, our Deb just didn't want to hear it. Even when she got Carl alone and straight up asked him for the truth, the worst Webster weaseled his way out of accountability yet again. Why is Debbie protecting Carl? That's a head-scratcher. While she definitely feels guilty for not passing on a message from Carl's dying abusive mother, being prepared to take the fall for a dangerous driving charge seems a bit much. Kev clearly agrees, but Debbie accused him of trying to turn her against Carl out of revenge for ruining his marriage. It's not about revenge, Kevin insisted. It's getting you to open your eyes and see him for what he is. A liar, a thief, and probably worse besides. The fella's a sociopath, and if you think. But Debbie refused to listen and left Kev with a firm warning. You can try and turn me against him all you like, but don't force me to choose between you and him because you won't like the outcome. It's clear those rose-colored spectacles aren't coming off anytime soon. Next week's episodes reveal Kevin struggling to deal with Debbie's harsh words. Returning home, Kevin stares glumly at a photo of him and Debbie in happier times. His anger bubbling over, Kev trashes the living room in a rage, just as a worried Tyrone arrives to find his friend at the end of his tether. Later in Streetcars, Carl comes out of the bathroom and is shocked to find Tyrone waiting, wielding his crutch like a weapon. Furious, Tyrone pins him against the wall and demands the truth, which will doubtlessly be drowned out by the cheering of every Corrie fan in Britain. Will Ty get a confession out of creepy Carl?